Greetings, everyone. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there today, so this video is intended to walk you through what's going on in English 1 on Thursday, 10:14. So today, you should be watching this video, at least I hope you are. You're going to take notes on some of the quotes that I go over from the story that we read last time, An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge by Ambrose Bierce. You're going to decide whether you're going to be writing a solid academic paragraph in full or outlining an essay, and you're going to complete your writing by Monday at midnight. You'll have the majority of today to work on it. So here we have a quote. It's from paragraph 20. That's why it says PP. So you can take a note on that if you want to, or flip through and find it. And the quote is, "Something in the awful disturbance of his organic system had so exalted and refined them that they made record of things never before perceived." Now, last class we talked about the difference between realism and romanticism. And today you're going to be asked to write about how these things are used to contrast and create Bierce's message that war is bad and life is good. Now, hopefully you'll put it slightly more elegantly than I just did there, but I'm trying not to give you everything. So, what does this sentence imply about Farquhar and the act of surviving? Survival caused a disturbance, something that changed, in his organic system, that's his body, his sensations. To exalt means to raise to a higher level, often religiously, and to refine is to get down to a sharper point. So he started noticing things that he had never before perceived. His thirst for life is so strong that when he has escaped, he recognizes all the things he's been ignoring and missing before. In your analysis, whether it's a paragraph or an outline, you should be reaching towards getting these sorts of ideas down. What does the quote show? How does it show it? And what does that do to support your message? Now, Bierce uses a lot of metaphors, and a metaphor is when you turn something into another thing. So in this quote, also from paragraph 20, "The humming of the gnats that danced above the eddies of the stream, the beating of the dragonfly's wings, the strokes of the water spider's legs like oars which had lifted their boat, all these made audible music." So none of these things are actually making music, but the act of saying that they made audible music turns them into instruments, into something that is beautiful, that is worthwhile. In addition, the humming of the gnats that danced implies that the gnats are dancing. Gnats don't actually dance, so this is a metaphor. But by turning it into dance and music, he's turning it into beautiful art forms. This ties the idea of nature to beauty and art, something that is beyond the creation of man, something that is so beautiful, it is incredible, and it is romanticized. This, of course, is contrasted with the realism of war. Last pair. Here in the final paragraphs, paragraph 36 and 37, we see, as he is about to clasp her, he feels a stunning blow upon the back of his neck. A blinding white light blazes all about him, with a sound like the shock of a cannon. Then all is darkness and silence. In paragraph 36, it's not a mistake that he mentions a cannon. We're coming back to these ideas of war instead of the idea of nature. This is also the moment in which he dies. There, that cannon shot represents the realism encroaching on the stunning blow and the beauty and the blinding white light that is still the romantic nature of his fantasy of escape. Lastly, we finish with Peyton Farquhar was dead. His body, with a broken neck, swung gently from side to side beneath the timbers of Owl Creek Bridge. When we talk about realism, we're also talking about reporting, being truthful, straightforward. Instead of adding fancy words or things that are beautiful here, it just states it outright, quickly, bluntly, painfully, and ends the story. This jump back into realism shows that the horrors of war can't be broken by the fantasies of man. These are ideas that you can use in your writing. Now, this is Ambrose Bierce. You see a picture of him young here on the right, older here on the left. Clearly, he still has the same amazing mustache. He was known for his witticisms. "A rabbit's foot may bring good luck to you, but it brought none to the rabbit." Here, he talks about how we believe that a rabbit's foot could be lucky, but the rabbit's dead. The foot's on the little keychain that you're carrying. There's no luck to the rabbit in that, so why would it be lucky for you? Once again, the romantic versus the realistic, even in things that he was saying. Here you can see a picture of him. He did, after the Civil War, even go south and fight with Pancho Villa in the revolutions in Mexico, which is utterly fascinating. And here you see a small artillery cannon like the one he speaks about in his story. Today, you have a choice. You can either write one body paragraph, much like we've done before, in which case you need to get right to your point, with your topic sentence being your thesis. Your writing needs to be tight and direct. In an essay, you've got a little bit more room to play, and your introduction is the perfect place to do that. You can add information about Bierce that you know, and general information as you want. Your thesis comes last, and then your body paragraphs will break down your major argument into different pieces that will build towards that. For today, I want you to focus on having good quotes and your analysis. I suspect most of you will choose the paragraph. Now, a topic sentence and a thesis are not quite the same. We've talked about this briefly. A thesis is like a bigger topic sentence. A multi-point thesis will outline your paper for you. For instance, in An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, Ambrose Bierce explores the desire to be a hero, the joy of a life free from war, and the reality of war. That means my first paragraph is going to be on the desire to be a hero, my second paragraph on the joy of a life free from war, and my third paragraph on a reality of war. Now, your alternative, which is a slightly higher level of writing, is a complex thesis, where one big statement can be broken into lots of little ideas. For instance, in An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, Ambrose Bierce reveals how the realities of war can be a wake-up call to the beauty of existence. At this point, you should have enough information to be able to complete either a paragraph or an outline on the Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge writing assignment. It is posted on Schoology, and though you have the entire weekend where you can work on it, because it's not due until Monday, I hope that you take time to enjoy yourself this weekend as well. Have a great long weekend and fall break, and I will see you all on Tuesday.